Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Raihanah Binti Mustapa and metric number is A18A0787. I am a final year student of degree in entrepreneurship, logistics and distribution trade. My research topic is to study of logistic awareness among secondary school students in Masjid Tanah Melaka. Firstly, introduction. In this introduction, I will present about logistics, which is, in this past year, logistics become more recognized by people around the world. This is because logistics is one of the important elements in economics. The reason this topic I choose to know how much secondary school students know about logistics. This is because students who are in school are the next generation for future economy. Furthermore, this topic also become my research because we are living in this new norm caused by COVID-19. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, high demand in e-commerce make people more know and interest in logistics. Next, problem statement. Firstly, this topic is to study whether the younger generation knowledge about logistics. This is because some students know about the basic logistics and some of them don't know about logistics and services. The main purpose of this study is to make high school students and other younger people know and exposed to this logistic industry. There is two objectives in this research, which is number one, to study the knowledge level on logistics among secondary school students in Masjid Tanah Melaka. Number two, to determine what factor that influence the knowledge of logistics among secondary school students in Masjid Tanah Melaka. For literature review, in this chapter, we'll present about the past research or past paperwork as a reference. From what I have already read and analyzed, other researcher is more focusing on university students than secondary school students. The reason of the proposal is being handed because to know the other people, especially youngsters, thinks about logistics. It actually can help for logistics to grow. As we can see, for independent variables, there are three elements that have been chosen to make analyzation for this topic, which is logistic, role of logistic, and awareness of logistic. Based on this element, this paper seek more journal that related to the research and combine it into this chapter as reference and guidance. For the independent variables, this topic are focused on factors that influence students to know about logistics. There are some factors that will be discussed in the research proposal, which is internet, school co-curricular, e-shop, and e-commerce. For the methodology, for sample size, this research already state for secondary school student Masjid Tanah Melaka as the sample size, which is only focused on them. So that already decided to distribute at least 200 students from 3 main schools in Masjid Tanah Melaka as respondent for this research will target population of the about 400. Next, for the sample method, I am using non-probability, which is convenience samples and volunteer samples. As for finding, as we can see, all the variables reliability tests are more than 0.7, which is can be labeled as good. For dependent variable, which is factor that influence student to know about logistics, reach 0.790, which is the strength is good, while independent variable, which logistic is 0.767, which is the strength is good. Logistic of a role of logistic with 0.915, which is the excellent strength, and lastly awareness of logistics 0.898, which is a very good strength. Lastly, for conclusion, based on the analysis, all the dependent variables and independent variables, which is logistic, role of logistic, awareness of logistic, and factor that influence students to know about logistic, have a positive relationship with secondary school students. Based on this finding, conclusion has been made that level of logistic knowledge among secondary school students are on basic. This research can be reason to future logistic plan, which is can be improve their services and can be more important for economy in future. Thank you.